And we are back with another review episode of Atlanta Season 3, Episode 3, The Old Man and the Tree. That rhymed for absolutely no reason, but you know what
I
it
was about to
is.
say, did you do that on purpose?
I didn't, did they? I definitely did not. As much as I would love to say that was planned, that was not a part of my scheme.
It was really good, though. I enjoyed every bit of that.
I try. This week's episode focuses on the crew now in London, headed to a billionaire's house party for new connections, business opportunities, and some hobnobbing, I guess, if you want to call it.
That's different. Hey.
Hobnobbing. So they go from the trap house to the penthouse with the whole decoy house situation.
Man.
And finally reach the palatial home of Fernando, the South African. Do I want to call him like an heir at this point of the Cape Town?
Is that what he is?
He never really specifically says what he is, so maybe I shouldn't give him a title just to throw it off. But basically, a background on him is his family founded the first bank of Cape Town, South Africa. He's just a descendant. Nepotism, guys. So anyway, this episode is centered around, I guess you could say, like an industry journey of climbing ladders, financially and socially. It starts off with their normal hijinks and joking, which is nice to see everybody together, especially not while stuff is going down. Like they actually get to talk to each other and have that dialogue and the jokes that we love. And once they make it into the house, there's Nando's.
She said that.
Now, for all the people that don't know what Nando's
I have
is,
no idea.
like Kong.
She was so excited, and I'm like, okay.
Wow. It's ridiculous. The fact that he doesn't know what Nando's is. I wasn't excited. I mean, it's food. It's good. Nando's is good. So, okay, whatever. For all the people in Kongs who don't know out there.
Oh, my goodness.
Nando's is a South African chicken chain, basically. That's Portuguese and Mozambican inspired. So it's like fire roasted chicken, and they're famous for like the peri peri sauce, which is ground up bird's eye pepper. And I mean, it's flame grilled, so it's different. So think of like pollo a la brasa, like a place like that, but just more chainy, like a Guapo's, or you probably don't even have a Guapo's, do you?
No, I do not. You're just saying words now.
He has no idea what I'm talking about. This is great. He's like, what is happening? There are words happening here. But it's good. If you see a Nando's, pull up. They have nice fries, Portuguese rolls and everything. It's fire. It's good. Eat it.
They got one in Chicago,
unless you're
so
calling and don't have access to one.
No, they got one in Chicago, so I'll check it out. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. He's gonna try Nando's and report back.
I will. I will definitely report back. The next time, well, I'm not just gonna make a trip out. Chicago is actually relatively far from me. But okay, you know what? Maybe
No, he's gonna specifically go.
Maybe the next episode next week, I definitely try and report back to you guys about how Nando's is. There's a bunch of them in Chicago.
You do a mukbang with
I am
Nando's.
not doing a mukbang with Nando's.
That's why I'm like, how have you not seen a Nando's before?
Is Nando's considered fast food, or are they considered like a...
I wouldn't say like a McDonald's fast food, so kind of like second tier, like fast casual type of joint.
Now, I'm from Gary, Indiana, and there's one that's 20 minutes away. How did I never know? And this is the hood. How have I never seen this place before?
This is terrible.
It's really bad. I don't get it.
He's so uninformed, clearly.
Listen, when I go to the hood, I do not look for this.
Why not? Why?
I mean, you go to a hood in Chicago, you mainly just trying to get some chicken, and that's just some quick chicken. Like,
I mean, it fits. It fits. So
pull up. I'm definitely, yeah. That's, oh man, it sounds like a delicious place. But continuing on,
wings are fire. So yeah,
they look.
All the chicken is fire. Literally, it's flame grilled, so everything's fire.
Yeah, looking at the
whatever your favorite piece of chicken is, just yeah. And the sauces are so fire too. They have like a sauce wall where you can just test them all out to see which one you like, and then like dipping cups and everything. Who knows how this has changed post-COVID, but that's how it used to be. Mm-hmm. So,
and who knows how it is? Every place is different. I feel like you can eat Chick-fil-A here and it tastes totally different somewhere else.
Well, of
course.
I'm
hoping that the quality of the food isn't, saturated.
No, Nando's is pretty consistent, I would say.
Okay. Oh, this is one of those hole-in-the-wall joints. Okay, that's probably why I've never seen it.
It's not a hole in the wall.
At least not around here.
A hole in the wall.
No, I'm saying for I am. I'm saying for Chicago, it's like it's one of those joints that they build into a plaza, so it doesn't have a
Oh, like a
big old sign
renovated
out in
joint.
front of it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I could have driven past it hundreds of times and never
So
even
it's in the
recognized it.
cut.
Yeah, exactly. See, G gets
Don't try to make me
it.
seem like I'm on your side. Go check with Doja Cat first. Remember.
Because I go check with Doja Cat. Oh man, let's not get started. You know what? Can't stand that heifer. Anyway,
Do you like trees?
I do like trees. Now we ain't talking about nature, right?
The oldest tree in London? Yes. So Fernando allegedly has the oldest tree in London right in his courtyard area. Has like a nice little talk with Paperboy and everything. Takes him under his wing, if you will, I guess.
It really felt like a genuine moment. That's why by the end of it, I was like, okay, I'm also frustrated.
Well, before the money comes in, it's a genuine
Exactly.
moment, I'll say.
Exactly.
Because once you put poker on the table, everything goes left. And it does. So he has this little talk with him, and they seem, cool, chopping it up. Paperboy gets comfortable with him enough to buy into a poker game for about,
Mhm.
what was it, a 20-pound buy in? 20K, excuse me, I said 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Girl, no.
Yeah.
20,000-pound buy in. He wishes it was $20. Girl, what? No.
That would have been perfectly okay.
Then everything would have been like, okay, yeah, let's just leave. But as you can imagine, hijinks at the poker table. Fernando goes into like this diatribe of how he had a dream about a ghost, a black ghost, of course, because South Africa. But whatever, we're not gonna get into that.
You sure? Because I'm pretty sure people are like, what is he talking about? I don't get the South African aspect.
Nah.
What does that mean?
Well, you can look that up in your own free time. But yeah. Like sprinkled throughout the entire episode, I'll say there's just different social themes and accounts. Got false white allies, black men liking Asian women. This is a nod to Darius and what was her name? MK, who was a fiance, and Darius was like, "Can you hand me the gin?" And she thought he wanted her, basically, because black men love Asian women.
Is that a
So
thing?
he shut that down, but went about his business. It's a stereotype.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I know, like, people talk about black men liking white women,
Ugh.
but
Well, that's a thing too.
oh, I used to be a lot of black guys that hit on me because I was Asian.
Hey.
No, maybe it's just dudes who liked Asian women. I don't.
Yeah.
That was such a
Weirdness.
weird. Yeah.
Among other themes, the difficulty of separating capitalism and racism, milking the system to get ahead, and largely just white guilt throughout the entire episode.
And a little bit of devil worship. What? Did Fernando not say that the devil is more powerful than God?
That goes a lot deeper than I'm willing to go through on this episode, especially for white people when it comes to that type of sorcery. So, yeah.
Oh, I definitely get it.
Ern ends up, I guess, or his white buddy throughout the episode is Will, who's promoter in London, and he has a bright idea of make a creative residency WeWork situation with TJ, who's a black mediocre artist who
Terrible art.
shows Ern and Van his installation that was very
so
horrible.
bad.
A white man, Winnie the Pooh, in it.
It was bad.
It was very sad. Very, very sad. So Ern basically is like, well, Stalin, let me think about it before I jump in head first in, which shows more growth from your boy Ern because, usually he would jumped at the chance to do anything with anybody. But he took his time and circled back later.
Yeah.
We'll go back to Paperboy and his poker game. He ends up winning, but everybody leaves. Like the dealer leaves first. That's how you know it's a bad situation. Then everybody else just sprinkles out the room.
And pretty much just shuns him. Like nobody gives him an answer. Nobody says anything. You know what? It was even worse than that. He tried to ask one guy. The guy cuts him off and says, I need to check on my wife. He tries to ask the other dude. The dude just gets up and leaves. And you're like, wait a minute. You tell this man.
There's money on the table. Well, there was money on the table.
Yeah. It's $20,000 to get in. That's fine and dandy. But then when he wins, you don't expect the nigga to be better than you at poker. Is that what we're getting at here?
Which is funny because poker is just basically luck and chance and counting. But you know what?
Exactly.
I'm not going to get into that part of it. But yeah, where's my 40 bands? He just basically disappears. And this part reminded me of season 1, episode 8, The Club, when the promoter ducks Earn throughout the entire club.
Yo, that nigga pulled a disappearing act.
Yo, they're really about to like beat him up after this episode. I was like, please don't go back to jail. But then again, I was like, well, jail wasn't so bad last episode, so maybe they should.
Shoot, jail was cushy last episode. Remember, guys, I wanted to go to that jail.
Oh my god, he's gonna end up in that jail.
Listen, if we go
Don't
to
write him any
Amsterdam,
letters if he does.
y'all verbal vibe mode is going to Amsterdam, and I'm going to jail.
I'm by his lonesome. So yeah, everybody cuts out. Al is on a rampage. Every scene just amping up, trying to find Fernando in his house. Yo, where did this dude go? Where did he disappear to? And you can imagine, it's a freaking mansion. Where the hell is he? And it's not your house, so you know. You looking around, nobody's saying nothing, and he's just getting more increasingly angry.
It's very understandable. He said that this was to learn to bore out. Oh, when a black person stop using words, and it's just, you already know it's over with.
Pretty much. And then by some off chance, this fool randomly finds a damn chainsaw that's gassed up and ready to go and becomes freaking Paperboy Bunyan out here. Cuts down the oldest tree.
After he tried to get he went to Fernando's room. He found him, finally. The man was terrified.
Oh my god. Fernando was in there fake sleep like a 6-year-old pretending not to watch TV. He was fake sleep. He had his eyes closed, all extra shut, trying to dream another dream of having sex with a black ghost. It was bad.
That was also a very strange story. Of all the disrespectful things that you could possibly do, straight up trying to ignore this man while he's sitting here beating on your door? Oh, okay.
I'm like, he can't see me. Yo, he's literally there and your door is clear, sir. What?
The house is literally made of glass. You can see everything.
Meanwhile, Van is still going through it. She's kind of, I don't even want to say more so out of it. She's just in her element while being out of her element at the same time. She's having fun at the party. So she's just wandering, I'll say, while everybody's doing their thing.
Yeah, I don't want to use the wrong term for this because it's like she's just, yeah, I guess wandering is cool.
She's not aloof because she's present. She knows what's going on. I don't want to classify her as that, like losing it or anything. She's just experiencing everything. There you go. Boom.
Yeah.
So her and Earn basically have a talk, just highlighting, everything's going well. The baby's cool, but your mom's worried about you. He is too. So what's going on? She doesn't really give him like a straight up answer. She's just, she's chilling, and she proceeds to keep pushing people in the pool.
I understand that. Sometimes you just don't want to talk, which is a cool thing to explore with this. Like she said, just living in the moment. She told Earn, you're taking stuff too seriously. You just got to live in the moment. And I understand that completely. But she really needed to stop pushing people into the pool because she pushed a woman that can't swim into the pool.
That was pretty funny because that lady was fighting for her life. Oh, wow. I was like, is she about to die? Like, what is happening? Is somebody going to jump in at her? Nah.
And everybody just acted like, oh, okay, well, everything's
like, whatever, party over here. Like, hello?
It's normal at these parties, guys. Maybe one person dies, maybe nobody dies.
Oh, we forgot to talk about Darius and his intensely hairlined friend, Socks.
Oh, no, we did not forget to talk about that. I was waiting on that to pop up. Everybody's storyline was so good by itself, and even the small connections that they put in there. Fernando with the sex ghost, but then seeing the black person in the picture later through Earn's eyes, and Earn not knowing what that picture actually meant. Like, it was the small little intricate stuff. Again, I said this last week.
Oh, he knew what it meant. That's why he said yes.
The small little stuff that they put in these episodes to make it all connected.
See, you didn't catch it either. See that? Boom. Boom, boom, boom.
I didn't. That was actually really dope.
He's kind of like that random white ally that follows you around everywhere and has to be the first person to call out any semblance of inequality before you even feel that way, even for situations that do not call for it.
Yeah, we had the conversation earlier with you guys about Darius meeting MK. She assumed that he wanted to hit on her because she lived in LA and the I guess black dudes apparently hit on Asians. Still confused about that. All he wanted was a bottle of gin. They had a conversation. They actually became decently acquainted with each other, and she wanted him to meet her fiance. In this story, Socks came over, not SOX, SOCK.
It really doesn't. He's not cool enough for an ex anyway, to be honest.
He's really not. This nigga's hairline was definitely very intense. I mean,
His hairline started at his socks, so there's that. It's beyond belding, basically to the point where you should
was
just give it
bad.
up. Costanza, no, just bald. That's it. Fire Marshal Bill, basically. Like
Yes.
the point of
Okay,
you
yeah.
don't need hair anymore.
So he comes in, he says, "Oh, Darius, that was messed up what she said to you." And of course, Darius being Darius, he was like, no, she was fine. He's like, "No, I heard what she said." Darius like, okay. They have a whole conversation. Then they move on to the living room where this gentleman, Socks, decides to tell a whole story of this woman saying all lives matter. And that was nowhere in the conversation whatsoever. And even Darius was like, that's not how that went down. He tried to stop the mob. He legitimately tried to stop the mob. But of course, white people who just feel so entitled to help, stop helping.
Oh, I wouldn't even call that helping. That's just doing the most.
Listen, they took it upon themselves to charge after this woman, put her out of the house. They had her in tears, all because of this guy Sock saying that she said all lives mattered, which wasn't true. But then having a gentleman come in and say, "Oh yeah, that's just white guilt." They, like G said earlier, you got that one white person who think they're the savior of everything. It's like, no, you're really making things worse. And that's exactly what happened.
So this is basically where everything comes to a head in the episode. After Paperboy cuts the tree, all in chaos, they run out through the crib, take as much Nando's as possible, get in the van, and lo and behold, of course, because white people can't leave everything alone, Socks is the driver of the van. And everybody's in the car laughing about what the hell that just happened. But we're like, hold up, wait, where's Van? As viewers. And then they drive off. MK is on the curb crying because they ran her up out the house. I'm like, girl, why didn't she just go home?
That was very
point?
concerning.
Why is she literally on the curb?
And had a wedding canceled. Her fiance just threw away the entire wedding. Her fiance is Will.
I've got to do something. So yeah, he leaves her. After being 40,000 out, that wasn't even enough to like get back. You need to go make some more damage. But I feel like Fernando is one of those. I can't even call him a mogul because we don't specifically know what he does. He's just one of those people that is just there, like a fixture. He might not even have all that bread, to be honest. Or it's tied up in different places. But we'll see. Hopefully he does get his money back. At least the minimum. Like, yeah, got at least break even.
Even if he doesn't, Earn did get himself a new client. A little bit more bread.
Well, Will didn't seem like he was as much as a crook as Fernando, so.
No, Will just seemed really desperate.
Essentially, that scene kind of for it. Well, he didn't know what to do with his money. He's like an investor that has no ideas, which is not a great investor because they'll throw their money anywhere.
I mean, he put $500,000 in that kid, so
the scam is going to scam. And this episode also solidified TikTok being a scam, as we've always said to you all numerous times. Mm-hmm. I'm glad somebody actually agrees.
Message. And the kid was smart, and what he said rang so true. These white people want to pay for the culture. Who am I to step in the way? I'm going to take the money and keep it going.
I mean, that's great and all in theory, but nobody ever does anything to elevate said culture beyond the white people that put you on. So that's kind of where the balance of being stuck is for a lot of these people and so-called creators that do take advantage of white financial systems. But that could be a whole other discussion. TikTok, everybody.
You're not gonna put it on them right now. I see. I get it.
Nah. I'll sprinkle a little bit, but I mean, like if you get that part, at least you kind of understand the vision a little bit. It's great taking advantage, but what you gonna do with it?
Very right. Symbolism, people.
Oh my gosh, she came for my neck. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Well, technically not us.
We will see you next week.
I love y'all.